Hi everyone! This is Saiza Mizrahi and this is another episode of Ballroom Eksenahan. We are once again here at this beautiful space. We are Shapeshifters. Ito na yung bagong space nila. So, syempre, dapat lang na ang una nating i-interviewin dito sa space na to is the one and only, the overseer of the House of de la Blanca, Misha.
Hey! Hello everyone!
Yes! So, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, Misha owns this space. Siya ang may-ari. Ayan.
Ang punong abala.
Ang punong abala and everything. So, yon, there's now a face in We Are Shapeshifters. So, yon. Actually, Misha has been a good friend of mine since ang tagal na. Nakakatawa how we started meeting. Very aligned, very magic ni universe. Why we are here now,
True.
actually. Ayun. So, yeah. I-start na natin to officially. I just wanna know. Ako kasi, syempre, we've known each other. Nakakatawa. We've known each other parang na-meet ko siya before I go to New York. Pero, wala kaming, like, close relationship then. As in, nagkita tayo sa bazaar.
Oo.
Because he was...
2015?
Yeah, 2015. He was selling his brand, Wolf and Hunter.
Yes.
Ano siya, leather accessories.
Leather harnesses. Ganyan. I think sa white space pa yung bazaar na
yes.
yun.
Yes. Oo. As in very as in naghahanap ako ng accessories to bring in New York just to add something sa susuotin ko when I walk. Tas yun. Pero nung time na yun, syempre parang hindi ko siya maalala. It's very funny lang na parang after that collision. Wow! Collision talaga of the stars.
Oo.
Ayun na, nagdire-diretso na.
True. Parang, I think when we met then, I think pagbalik mo nun parang in-invite ba kita to a party in Nectar, something like that.
Yeah.
Tapos, yun, fresh from New York, you're voguing. I think, naalala ko, may video ako nun somewhere in my Instagram na parang si Cantor kasama mo on the stage, ganyan. So,
oo, tama,
gosh,
sa Nectar yun.
Hindi ko ma-imagine how much things have grown since then. Wala, ang exciting. And tama ka, magic talaga siya ng universe.
Yeah, as in parang from that first meet to now, to here.
True.
We are shapeshifters. So yun, syempre we wanna hear your story. We wanna know your journey. First of all, behind Ballroom, we wanna get to know Mikhail first before Misha. So, yun. Go.
Oh my God. So, outside of Ballroom, I have an advertising agency. So, ako yung chief creative officer nun. We started it around the same time din actually when we first met. Around 2015 namin siya binuo. But prior to that, I've always been in the creative industry.
Yeah.
Ang focus ko talaga is in creative direction. I'm a writer. I do visuals, etc.
Sorry.
Tapos,
sorry po.
arte-arte lang.
Arte-arte.
Tapos, ang focus ko talaga, especially when I was starting as a creative professional, was in fashion. Pangarap ko nung college ako to be in the fashion industry. Photography pa yung parang naiisip kong way in nun kasi that was one of the things that I was working on before. So yun, I started freelancing, ganyan, while working corporate jobs also. And then, 2010, 2011, I worked in Qatar for a fashion and the lifestyle magazine, for photographer and designer, and sometimes writer din ako doon.
Oh my gosh.
Less than a year, I went back, started to kind of find my foothold here. Kasi parang doon na-experience ko talaga, I would say, how it felt working in publications, in fashion, ganyan, etc. Tapos in a different culture. So, medyo marami rin akong mga, learnings na bit-bit. So, pagbalik ko dito, parang that was when I really decided na I really will pursue creative direction.
Direction, yeah.
So, yun, I worked in Philippine Fashion Week. After that, for a few years, I think 4 or 5 years din ako dun. And then, while I was doing that, that's when I started these brands. So si Wolf and Hunter was a leather brand that I started with my best friend, si Eric. Tapos, I think 2015, 2014 namin siya stinart. It all started kasi, again, gusto lang namin umarte-arte. Tapos parang wala kaming masuot na mga leather harnesses dito back then. Ganyan. Taga Marikina, Lower Antipolo kami. So, parang pareho kaming mahilig mag-work with our hands. Ganyan. And I was working in fashion nun. So parang may access ako to learning things. Ganyan. So sabi naman, sige, gawa tayo ng brand.
Yeah.
So dalawa yung stinart naming brand nun. Wolf and Hunter, which is a leather brand. And then ako, personally, since I liked illustrating, gusto ko ng streetwear, medyo athletic wear,
Oh my God.
I started another brand called We Are Shapeshifters. So accessories and parang apparel brand siya. So yun ako outside of Ballroom. And then, ayun, in 2015 also, parang my friends and I, syempre, these creative endeavors were great. But at the same time, syempre, I needed something a little bit more stable. And parang by that time, siguro mga 7-8 years na ako working. Parang sabi namin, it's time to make our own advertising agency also. Pursue something a little bit more corporate. And yun, binuo namin si Black Box.
I love it.
So yun, parang basically,
oh my gosh.
Ratchada life.
Grabe, the hustle is real.
The hustle is so real.
But the creativity is pouring. Like, grabe, from fashion to photography, fashion. Grabe, sorry na. Sorry na po talaga sa outburst of creativity. Grabe, nakakabilib, no? Parang, and apart from that, you're also like into animal flow.
Yes. So, hindi talaga ako dancer per se. So, I always struggled with my body, ganyan, moving, etc. But siguro around 2012, ganyan, 2013, parang syempre I wanted to take care of myself better, ganyan. But I didn't like traditional gyms, yung mga, buhat-bakal, ganyan.
Yeah.
So, I wanted something more body weight, calisthenics, ganyan. And syempre, gusto ko ng something na may arte-arte rin, ganyan. Kasi, I mean, when I go out to parties, etc., I love to dance.
Yeah.
Ganyan. So, I wanted to find a movement practice na medyo nasa gitna nun. May structure of calisthenics, of body weight training, pero meron siyang parang some sense of creativity, ganyan. And then I stumbled upon animal flow.
Yeah.
So it's a bodyweight movement practice. Para siyang yoga, para siyang capoeira. It's like a mix of many things. Tapos yun, pinanood ko lang sa YouTube, ganyan, etc. And then, nung 2017 or 2018 yata, parang I saw a post ng mismong official Animal Flow page that they were holding certification classes. Na parang never naman talagang pumasok sa isip ko na i-pursue yun.
Yeah.
Because it was really just something I did for myself. But then sabi ko, andito na rin naman. It was going to be the first
Why not?
certification class, ganyan. And parang bilang nerd kasi talaga ako. I love studying. So parang nung nagka-calisthenics ako, nag-aral din ako ng personal training, ganyan, just to give myself some structures. Kung meron naman akong ganung basis, so might as well try it. So yun, I went through the certification course ng Animal Flow. And then yun, I got certified to teach it. So,
grabe. Grabe the juggle.
The ADHD is real.
Oh my gosh, the time management is giving. So, wala talagang excuses, no? If you love doing something, you'll really find a way to do it.
Oo.
Diba?
Hahanapan mo ng
paraan,
ng enerhiya.
Yeah, it's the balance there. Shucks, ang dami mong ginagawa. Ang dami niyang talent. And now, he's in Ballroom and the overseer of a house here in the Philippines.
Yes.
So, doon naman tayo pumunta.
Okay.
Pero before pala tayo pumunta doon, wala lang na-realize ko lang kasi na parang so many similarities. Like, we're both from the east side. Talaga ng east side. Marikina, Antipolo,
LA,
Cainta.
Lower
ganyan.
Antipolo.
Marikina, Cainta, ganyan. Tapos parang actually before then, I wanna be part of the fashion industry, but it's kind of hard to navigate. Parang, ikaw, before, you wanted to be a photographer. Ako, nung time na yun, aaminin ko na, sige, I kind of wanna be a model. Pero parang, syempre,
lahat tayo.
diba?
Nasa fashion industry.
Na nasa Ballroom ngayon, gusto nating lahat maging model.
True.
Pero kasi, like, lalo na nung time na yun, di ba, parang height restrictions, body restrictions, yon. Oh well, but now, maarte kami.
Now, on the runways.
So yun. Anyway, balik na tayo dun sa ating topic. So how did you get into ballroom?
Hindi ko ma-remember yung specific moment. But around the same time that we met, again, magic of the universe talaga to. Sobrang naniniwala ako dito.
Yeah.
Because I was working in fashion back then. Parang I'd always stumble upon materials, videos, posts, or whatever. Gusto pa yung Tumblr nun, mga ganyang bagay.
Oh my gosh, yung age natin.
So I'd stumble upon things that were either about voguing or parang ballroom adjacent. Hindi pa ballroom yung pananaw ko sa kanya back then.
Yeah.
But very specifically, I think yung dalawang instances that really kind of made me, uy, parang kakaiba to. Parang look into it was, this is not ballroom or Vogue per se, pero parang medyo similar. Medyo toting na sila. Si Aya Bambi. There was a video that they made for Victor and Rolf yata yun.
Yeah,
Or Hussein Shalayan. Basta, a designer. Tapos yung, the very boxy hand movements, arms control kind of things. Parang, oh my God, ano to? So, parang fascinating.
Yeah.
So, tinignan-tignan ko lang, ganyan. So, may mga na-encounter akong some videos. Pero hindi pa talaga siya Vogue or ballroom per se.
Actually, I feel like we all stumbled upon that video.
Oo, diba?
Yung silang dalawa na, tas even their haircuts
exactly.
or
Oo. Tapos, after nun, around the same time, I was also listening to a musician, si FKA Twigs.
Yeah.
I think ito yung tinanong ko sa'yo nung nag-meet
OMG.
tayo nun. Kasi parang sobrang obsessed ako. Meron siyang performance na, I think nag-duck walk siya and then dipped into picking up a mic on the floor. Something like that. So yun yung parang mga beginnings of my discovery of ballroom through music and fashion.
Yeah.
And I think that's why like when we met in that bazaar and you said that you were going to New York, ganyan, parang I wanted to learn more about it, but I also didn't know how or when. So for quite some time, parang when you started bringing ballroom back here, ganyan, etc., and you were establishing it, I was so fascinated. I remember parang we got you to work with us for a project in my advertising agency. For I think that was an event.
Wait lang, ano to? Hindi ako sure.
The one where, yung meron, yung apat kayo, nila Tal, tsaka ni Julian.
Yeah. Yung sa
Sa Okamoto.
Oo.
Yeah, oo. Ano dito?
Yeah.
Sorry, brand mention.
Ay, oo.
Bleep. Ano dito? Tapos yun, parang...
Oh my gosh, ang tagal na nun.
Ang tagal na nun. 2016 yun.
So,
and that was when you already went to New York, etc. So
kapalik ko lang.
So parang that was when you were started to talking about ballroom to me, etc. And then I think from there, I remember I attended, there was a ball that you held. I think it was the Eclipse Ball ba?
Eclipse Ball in Makati.
In Makati. And you invited Benjamin L.
Oh, wait. I think it's a workshop.
Oh, and then
workshop.
It was for a workshop pala. Walang ball pa nun. Wala pang ball nun.
Yung Milan pa siya nung time na yun.
Milan pa siya nung time na yun.
Actually, Milan pa siya nung time na yun. Tapos di ba nag-Yamamoto siya before siya mag-L. Si Benjamin Johnson.
Yeah, Benjamin Johnson. So when you shared that, and I knew si Benjamin choreographed FKA Twigs.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was gagged. Oh my God.
Oh
parang,
my gosh.
Siyempre, hindi din naman ako, like I said, I don't think of myself as a dancer, especially back then. But like, sabi ko, shit, parang gusto ko tong attendan.
Yeah.
Parang, it's Vogue.
Yeah.
And it's, si Saiza yung nag-hold, ganyan, etc. So, I think that was 2016 or 2017. That was the first class.
Yeah.
The first Vogue class I ever attended. It was a choreo class that was, if I remember correctly, Vogue Femme, pero with a little bit more of new wave.
Yes. He introduced new wave. He also had drills.
It's a lot of drills, etc. So, paano I was dying.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Actually.
Pero, ayun. So, and I think that was how I slowly started getting in touch with the ballroom scene. Really mostly through you. So, I'm forever grateful for that. And then I think I became a little bit more involved around 2017, 2018 during the balls na because I was also volunteering for Metro Manila Pride.
Yeah.
And we'd partner, so we'd sponsor, paano we'd become advocacy partners, etc. So, syempre, bilang the arte-arte person, parang gusto ko yung magpunta dun sa balls to say something, ganyan, etc. Invite people to Pride.
Yeah.
So, that was really how I got my first experience of ballroom as a volunteer for Pride, speaking at the balls and inviting everyone to the rally.
Yeah.
And that was where I truly got to experience the magic of ballroom. I remember that was in Adlib, the first ball that I attended.
Which one? Is it the Sweet Valentine Ball or the another Eclipse Ball?
I think it was an Eclipse Ball kasi it was in June.
Yeah. Tapos andun si Mother Kopi.
Andun si Mother Kopi.
Yeah. And si Nasan.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Na parang sobrang nabaliw ako.
Yeah.
Parang, I think that was the yung most complete true experience of ballroom for me. Parang apart from just yung mga snippets of learning about it, the workshop, and then culminated into that. So, and that was it. Parang I started attending more of the balls, but admittedly, parang around 2020, especially during the pandemic, hindi ako talaga naka-attend and everything. But yeah, I think that's how I entered ballroom.
How you've been very curious to be part of the community. Well, sobrang sakto rin kasi during those time, 2015, 2016, 17, as in we were trying to build a community here. Kasi to be honest, what I felt when I was in New York, parang naramdaman ko yung energy na parang sabi ko, shocks, dapat meron yun dito sa Philippines. Hindi pwedeng wala. So, ayun. And I feel like, with this, you'd know na parang ballroom is really not just for dancers. Kasi especially during those times na parang people are intimidated kasi parang, hala, baka for dancers lang yan and everything. But no, it's not. I mean, ballroom is ang laki ng umbrella ng ballroom.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a space for everyone as long as you respect the community and really like understand where it's coming from. Because there's a deeper meaning into why we're doing this, why we're here, why we represent a specific house, why we walk specific categories.
Yeah.
So
and
yun.
I think that was one of the things that really kind of captured my attention when I started to really attend the balls, kind of read more about it, learn more about it. Because especially for me, I'm a big advocate for pride advocacy. LGBTQIA rights, etc. So, when I started really learning more about ballroom, and kind of peeling away the glitz and the glamour, diba? All of the rhinestones and everything, parang learning about how it's queer liberation. Kasi talagang it's a fight started by the queer and trans Black and Latino community. It was so intertwined with the advocacy that I was part of also, that it made perfect sense for me to at least want to contribute to it in some way or form.
For you to be a part of it. Kumbaga, nasa DNA mo na siya.
Exactly.
Na parang you've been doing it and kumbaga, nagkaroon lang ng name or community sa ginagawa mo ever since. Kasi diba, being with Pride. Tapos yun nga, parang dahil rin sa kanya, kaya kami na-invite mag-perform sa Pride. So nagkaroon ng outlet for us to be seen na parang, ay, may ganun pala dito sa Philippines. I mean, that's a huge thing. Tapos, yun, wala lang. As in, very connect lang. Everything since 2015 up until now. And grabe talaga, the contribution of Misha, as in, Mikey. Ang dami niya name. Kasi, pero yun, as in, like, he's always been behind the community of the scene, supporting, and now he's like the overseer, part of the house, and na talagang this space specifically, We Are Shapeshifters, it has been a safe space for the community, as in it's not just the ballroom scene, but the LGBT community and the queer artists here in the Philippines. As in, sobra. Iba kasi, it's physical. Iba siya. So, yun. Wait lang. Ba't ganun? Parang
Emotional.
napapa-flashback ako. Ano ba yan? Napapa-flashback ako sa lahat ng mga nangyari. Especially nung mga Pride March.
Yeah.
As in, yung mga in terms of like being a part of the creative scene na parang ang hirap lumusot doon. Pero like,
Super.
diba?
Sobrang complicated. And talagang blood, sweat, tears.
Yeah. And really trying to create a channel for
Yeah.
the community.
Mhm.
For us to express ourselves, diba?
True.
So, yun. Kaya nga talagang andyan na talaga si Misha. If hindi nyo siya kilala, ewan ko sa inyo, Chares. Pero yun, ayun na nga. I wanna ask, your experience in, apart from knowing, and being a part of the community, watching a ball, learning from teachers, syempre international teachers, what made you decide na, I feel like I want to walk?
Oh my gosh.
Yon, that moment,
Oo.
what made you decide, I want to walk, I want to participate, I want to be seen.
Syempre when I started seeing like videos, etc., parang it really sparks something in your DNA, di ba?
Yeah.
Parang, oh my God, what is this movement?
Yeah.
What are they doing with their bodies?
Yeah.
Ganyan. It's so amazing. Tapos parang just this complete sense of joy and lusciousness. Parang, I want to be a part of that.
May kilig, no?
Oo, may
May parang-
kilig eh. There's really something.
Yeah.
But then, ayun nga, I struggled with a lot of, parang self-assessment with my body, etc. So when I was doing animal flow and everything, I would say that helped me really kind of become a little bit more courageous to move my body publicly, I guess, and without the influence of alcohol. Ganyan. So parang I think the movement practice outside of ballroom helped me kind of find a little bit of foothold. But even before that, meron ng something eh. It was already drawing me in. And I remember parang because of the videos that I first saw, syempre of course it was Vogue Femme, etc. And I loved it. I loved the cuntiness, ganyan. But it was so magical to me to watch New Way actually. Had, arms control, etc. Because it was so parang it looked so magical, etc.
That unbothered energy,
exactly,
no?
Oo. So yun, parang those were the things that I first really encountered and really kind of piqued my interest. And then so at the back of my mind, there was always a thought of maybe I can walk soon, if I train to be a dancer. May mga ganyan pang mga distorted frames of mind, ganyan. And then when I started We Are Shapeshifters, definitely the first thing that I had in mind, and I remember I think I messaged you about this, was I really want you and teachers to share voguing and to share the art of Vogue, to share ballroom in the space. So I think I started We Are Shapeshifters in 2022, and parang I think what really kind of made me realize na undeniable, I need to walk, was when I first two things actually was when I first attended an old way class with you. And another one was
Kinilig ako doon.
naglalandian lang kami ni Philippine. After a Damaat lang cup session, ganyan. So we were talking and she was sharing with me. I think this was before the Kalat Kiki ball. Tapos parang tinuturuan niya parang how to do the dip, ganyan, etc. Naglalandian lang kami. Arte-arte lang, ganyan. So parang when I really kind of did the movements with, I guess, a little bit more of self-assurance, parang, shucks, no, undeniably, I need to do this for myself more than anything. And yun nga, when I encountered Old Way and I started learning about it, not just the elements or what, but the history, what it's inspired from, ganyan, I truly totally fell in love with it. like these videos by Muhammad Omni. I think you also shared this to me, talking about the history of performance, and how it connects you to your ancestors.
Yeah.
Ganyan. It was just so deep and meaningful, that really inspired me na parang, if I wanna truly contribute and support this community, I need to pay it the respect that it's due. And I can do that by participating in it. Diba? By really walking, finding a category where I can express myself completely and truly. Na parang sinasapian ako, ganyan. So yun, I think the most specific moment was, I went to the Kalat Kiki Ball. In my mind, parang sige, I'll walk. Pero parang, hindi, sige, I'll take my time, ganyan. Pero, ano na yun, parang buo na yung loob ko na parang, I need to walk all the way because it's calling me, and parang this is the true and honest to goodness way to really, take part in the community is to walk. So yun, I think that's what really kind of inspired me to walk.
So, your first ever ball was the Kalat Kiki.
No.
I mean, walking.
No. The first ball that I walked was after the Kalat Kiki ball. I walked the Bitch Who Stole Christmas.
Okay na
Mother Dahlia.
I love it.
I took my time. Siyempre, parang
I love it.
I didn't want to walk
unprepared.
I parang sabi ko, siyempre, kailangan naman may makikita
Yeah.
yung respeto ko for
Exactly.
the category.
Yeah.
So, I took a couple of weeks to really kind of train, ganyan, etc.
Feel yourself.
Feel
It's
myself. What is
let's
the
go na
essence
ba?
that I want to show
Yes,
on that runway,
exactly.
diba? When I present
Perfect.
myself, who is Misha, ganyan. So yun, The Bitch That Stole Christmas is my first ball.
I love it.
And tawang-tawa pa ako kasi parang kabang-kaba ako. I was so terrified. Kasi parang on the one end, syempre, yung mga, your inner demons, ganyan, inner saboteur, parang, oh my gosh, ang tanda ko na. Parang, ang daming mga ganyang patong-patong
ang daming lumalaban,
feelings.
no?
Oo, ganyan. So, parang, ang susuotin ko, mga ganyang things. Tapos sabi ko, okay, I'm gonna make it special to me and me only. Ganyan. So, and yung theme namin ng Beginner's Vogue, Baby Vogue back then was ugly Christmas sweater. So parang nung nirelease yun, kasi parang, shit, hindi ako ugly Christmas sweater person.
OMG.
So parang, how am I going to show myself with this theme?
Wow, sobrang challenge na talaga nun
Oo, na parang hindi na nga ako comfortable to dance on my own in front of a crowd. Tapos biglang...
Hindi ka pa comfortable sa susunod.
Diba? Oo. So parang sabi ko, how will I make this my own? So, and to kind of tie everything together, sabi ko, sige, I'll wear an ugly Christmas sweater, but I'll put something about my advocacy on it. So, sa likod at the back of my Christmas sweater, I had a statement, printed on it, which was, I think, Soji Equality Now. Because especially, coming from my history in advocacy, ganyan, and how, to me, Ballroom is like queer LGBTQIA plus advocacy come to life.
Yes.
It's
a statement.
Right. It's not a theory in Ballroom. It's a lived reality.
Yes.
So sabi ko, sobrang nerdy, I know. But sabi ko, okay, I'll make this my own by wearing this ugly sweater but with a statement about myself and what I believe in, etc. So yun, and that was how I started to walk
I know.
old way. But when I watched those videos, parang, oh my God,
parang feeling ko sobrang tagal mo na. Alam mo yun? Parang hindi ko naisip na, nung 2022 pala siya, na Christmas ball, parang feeling ko ang tagal mo na with the community since you've been supporting the scene. Back end, ganyan. So parang, shucks, I love it. Nakakatuwa.
Because when people ask me about my ballroom journey, parang I always say it's it's a slow and steady journey.
Yeah.
Kasi parang hindi siya, because I really took a lot of time, sorting things out on my own.
Yeah, and having that right mindset.
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
feel like yun yung sobrang importante. Kasi, di ba, parang you don't just enter ballroom just because it's ballroom, but you really have to be very respectful being a part of it. And how you did it, it was slow, steady, but it's tama. Tama mentality. Ganun. I love. Grabe. Na seryoso, B.
Thank
my gosh. Nakakaloka. And you're so in love with pop, dip, and spin. And everything. Pero ito pala, I also wanna ask. Kasi di ba I always call you Misha. Ganyan. Sorry. Mikey. So, paano naging Misha si Mikey?
The name Misha kasi, my full name is Mikhail, di ba? Tapos, it's, Mikhail is a German, Russian, European, parang variation of Michael.
Okay,
And in Europe, yung nickname of Misha, of Mikhail is Misha, actually. Misha or Mishka. So, kaya may mga artists like Misha Barishnikov, ganyan. Their real name is Mikhail. And then the
nickname.
The nickname or the childhood name of Mikhail is Misha. So I learned about this because one of my good friends, he's German, parang shared that trivia to me. Parang, that's quite curious. Parang, I used the nickname. One, kasi it's like a childhood name given by parents to kids. So parang I wanted a name that reminded me of that childlike excitement, alam mo yun, which ballroom gives me.
Makes sense.
And at the same time, I wanted it to still be me, still be my name, but also not me.
Yeah, gets.
Hindi siya Tagalog at nasa ibang culture siya. But so it's both me and not me.
Yeah.
So
I love.
Yung Misha.
Yung pala yung Misha. Ngayon ko lang natanong to, no?
Hindi ko na siya sinusulat. Actually, ngayon ko lang yata siya sinabi rin out loud.
I love it, Misha. And now you're no longer a 007.
Yes.
You're Adela Blanca and the overseer nonetheless. So, how does it feel like being a part of a house, of an international house?
Oh my gosh. Where do I begin? Obviously, the first is grateful. Because I never thought not for anything, but parang, because nga, when I entered ballroom, I didn't have like, what house do I want to be part of, etc. Alam mo yun, parang I just really wanted to walk. I wanted to continue to support the community, show myself, express myself through the categories, etc. So, and we've had this conversation many times naman, diba? Parang, and thank you for that. Parang, always choose what resonates. How does it feel, diba? I remember when we talked about it, your first question to me was, how do you feel about it? Ganyan. So I always kind of used that as my guiding light in terms of choosing and kind of seeing where the flow takes me. So yeah, I of course I feel grateful, but at the same time I feel like some sense of responsibility really laid on my shoulders, which of course I'm very much honored na alam mo yun, nakita nila Father Julian that I could,
the hard work you're putting in. And the heart.
The hard work. So, yun, parang it's exciting, honestly. I feel like I learned so many new things and so much deeper knowledge about ballroom. And I'm so thankful for Father Julian because he's so involved. He'd send us videos every day. He'd give us tips, etc. So when I'd have questions about things, but he'd also like share with us, his experiences because he started voguing in the 80s, literally. So parang being able to learn that literally from a person directly who took part in, diba, the birth and explosion of ballroom in New York is so, I can't describe it. It's
parang blessed.
Exciting.
Na parang,
right? Oo, na parang, and
it's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
Talaga.
But there's also this parang, oh shucks, I need to be able to share this also with others. Parang this isn't just information given to me and me only. Alam mo yun? Like, these learnings, how do I use it? Not to use it, but how do I um, help the community with these learnings, ganyan. Because I mean, at the end of the day, Ballroom is a giant family.
Yeah.
The houses, they help you really kind of find your way, learn better, etc. But it's really about community building talaga eh. So,
Yeah.
parang, paano siya? It's a mix of excitement and blessing, like a feeling of blessedness. But there's also this feeling of, there's some slight pressure to it,
Yeah.
not gonna lie.
That kaba na
Right.
parang shocks. Kasi syempre, you have to live up to that name.
Exactly,
You
like
have
when you
to
step
serve.
exactly when you step on the runway, am I, doing justice
Yeah.
to all of the other De La
De La
Blancas in
Blancas,
the
yeah.
world, to Father Julian,
Yeah.
the founder, legendary
That's
founder?
true.
Am I doing justice to the culture and community that they built?
Yeah.
Diba? So there's that
Yeah.
sense of, it's not a bad pressure. It's more like always keeps you on your toes
Yeah.
and parang whispers to you to always hold your head high, right? You're part of a house.
Yeah.
And your house stands for something great
Yes,
and something
yes.
you believe in. So yun, it's an experience.
Yeah.
I don't have a specific word to describe the feeling of
That's
being
true.
part of a
Ang
house.
hirap niya talagang put into words.
Yeah, yo.
And yeah, it's true. That's the thing being a part of a mainstream house.
Mhm.
It's not a joke. It's a responsibility. It's
Yeah.
something that you always, kasi you carry it as your last name.
Exactly.
And you have to live up to that name.
Exactly.
But syempre, honored and thankful, ganyan and everything. And
Yeah.
ako, I feel like magandang i-share to everyone.
Mhm.
Like, kasi nung kwento mo sa akin, like, paano sobrang tugma ng De La Blanca to your ideals, to your personality, as in like, magic. I feel like, maganda siyang i-share
Yeah.
so that people would know.
Mhm.
Para rin, it could be a guide to the kids na parang be mindful which house you'd be a part
Right.
of.
Mhm.
Kasi syempre, it's who you are.
Mhm.
So yun, wala na. Ang ganda kasi yung story mo. Share mo sa kanila.
Okay.
That story.
So, it was the Rainbow Ball, 2023. So, ayun, so we all walked. I walked Old Way beginner's performance. And one of the judges was Father Jose de la Blanca, so Asian father. Yun. At the start of the ball, so everyone was doing their LSS, ganyan. When Father Jose did his LSS, did that runway bit, and then did his Old Way, I was like, oh my gosh. Sobrang na-impress ako. I was so impressed. Like, I was so in love with his Old Way during LSS, because it was such a different movement. It was still pop, dip, and spin, but there was something about the essence and he was wearing this blue outfit with like tall white heels. He was like a vision of fashion and movement. I was so in love with it. So I was terrified because I knew I was walking Old Way and he's an amazing Old Way voguer. So parang, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. So, and before I walk, I usually, whisper a little bit of a prayer, ganyan, to myself, to the universe, ganyan. And sobrang funny kasi I don't consider myself like a pagan or what. Pero parang, I always, because I'm a nerd, I think it's isa sa mga learnings ng talk na to, ng podcast na to. Parang I read a lot about like different deities, gods, goddesses, ganyan. Just because I like knowing about, the different cultures, who they pray to, etc. And there's a specific mythology, Ruban mythology, that I've been I've been quite interested in since I think late last year, etc. And there's a specific goddess, her name is Oshun, who I've been reading about. She's the goddess of beauty, of love, and she's the goddess of rivers, ganyan. So she gives abundance. But what I love about Oshun's story is that, and about Yoruba mythology rin, is the gods and the goddesses have such human experiences.
Yeah.
So see Goddess Oshun, she's very generous and bountiful, but she also experienced a lot of poverty and difficulty, etc. So that's where her goodness lies and emanates from, etc.
Yeah.
So I love her, basically.
Yeah.
Ganyan. So anyway, going back to the rainbow ball. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm digressing.
Go lang.
So going back to the rainbow ball, before I walked, I was so nervous. Tapos I just sabi ko, oh my gosh, I'll calm myself by thinking about, because I always think of myself as being possessed when I'm on the when I'm on the runway, when I'm
Okay.
doing old way. Just to kind of get the nerves
In the
out of
zone,
me and get
ganyan.
myself in the zone. So sabi ko, so before I walked, there were two people in front of me pa. Parang I just whispered to myself, sabi ko, oh my gosh, Oshun, please help me. Parang that was
I
the
love
first,
it.
that was the first
Yun
name.
pala internalization
Oo,
mo.
oo, that was the first name that popped into my head. Ganyan. So, oh my gosh, Oshun, please calm me down, etc. So anyway, so we did my walk, etc. So we battled, etc., etc. So yun, done deal, ang saya, sobrang the rainbow ball, I always say, is one of sobrang memorable niya. It's a core memory to me. I don't know what it is about Rainbow Ball 2023. So anyway, so the next day, chill lang, ganyan, etc. Masakit pa yung mga legs,
Kasukasuan and everything.
legs aching, ganyan, etc. So I woke up to a few messages from Father Jose.
I love it!
so
Ayun na
parang-
siya. Ayun
so
na.
parang- Tapos parang, because I didn't have nga, like, a frame of mind na parang, I want to be part of Haus,
Yeah.
I actually didn't understand the messages at first.
Okay,
Because I was
okay.
like, are they asking me to train?
Uh-huh.
So, kaya I messaged you pa, no? Di ba, parang, but, and syempre kinilig ako. I mean, I'm not
Yes.
gonna lie, di ba?
Yes.
This is literally the judge who I was
Yeah.
so afraid of.
Yeah, and mesmerized
right?
with.
And so mesmerized with. So when he messaged me, I was like,
Shit.
this
So
real?
like, oh my gosh, I
Oo.
got a moment. Yeah.
diba? And then, he talked about, being part of the house, etc. So we got into quite a long, lengthy conversation. And then he shared with me what the Della Blancas are about.
Mm.
So he sent a link. Oh, here's what the Della Blanca house is all about, what the name is all about, etc. And when I read it, literal shivers, as in like
Oh.
I got goosebumps.
Mhm.
Because the name Della Blanca is Spanish for of the white,
Mhm.
and it's literally named after the goddess Oshun.
Woo!
So the goddess Oshun
Woo!
wears a white dress. She only
Uh-huh.
owns one white dress,
Yeah.
and she washed it repeatedly in the river, etc. So because it became old, the white dress became yellow.
Mm.
And instead of feeling awful about it turning
Mm.
yellow, she was happy because despite it being the only dress that she owned that used to be white, now she owns a yellow dress.
Yeah.
So it's such a
Aw,
testament of
ganda.
humility, right? And of happiness and
Yeah.
making the most out of everything.
Yeah.
But also, this is literally the goddess
I know.
that I whispered the name
Whispered
of.
to.
Oo,
Ganyan.
before I started. So parang, oh my God, holy bleep, di ba? Parang
Yeah.
everything kind of felt like a cosmic
Yeah.
alignment.
Yeah.
Reading about not just the name of
The
Della
house.
Blanca and where it's from, but also what the house stood for.
Yeah.
Being a house that supports the arts. Always standing on what's morally right, fighting for rights, etc. It really resonated with a lot of my advocacy work.
Yeah.
My perspectives in life and what I viewed ballroom as.
Yeah.
So it felt so aligned.
Yeah. It's meant to be.
Right? Like parang like the universe aligned and everything to bring me to that moment,
Mm.
bring me to that mindset, and yun. So
Parang prepare ka this years to be a part of this house.
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
So grabe. I whenever I think about it, like
Yeah.
no joke, it sounds so cheesy, but
Yeah.
kinikilabutan talaga ako about it all. Which is
Yeah.
why really the house. I mean, of course, there are many things, many reasons why the Della Blancas really mean a lot to me. But I would say that moment and this alignment, really kind of validated what ballroom is for me.
Yeah.
That beyond, doing old way, beyond doing runway or voguing and everything, beyond the balls,
Mm-hmm.
outside of it, ballroom exists outside of that runway. And the House of Della Blanca is all about that as well.
Yeah.
It's about building community, being a good contributor to the community.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's what you've been doing with We Are Shapeshifters. Like,
Thank you.
it really is a space. I mean, what you do for the community, yun talaga, it speaks loudly. I mean, talagang
Thank you.
sumisigaw, like, the talks, the gathering, the 007 trainings.
Yeah.
I mean, a space for everyone just to feel safe. And,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, wait lang. sobrang grabe. Sobrang thankful. We're happy. You are one of the leaders of the Philippine community, ballroom scene. Kasi parang, ang hirap. Pero, I mean, it's yung heart mo and kita siya. I mean, wala lang.
Thank you. I mean,
Sobrang grabe. Grabe yung nagagawa mo sa community. Hindi lang nakikita ng mga tao, pero sobrang dami. Yeah. Pero,
I mean,
yeah.
syempre growing up kasi, I... Naiiyak ka, charing. Sige.
Yeah.
I mean, safe spaces is
Yeah.
so important.
Yeah.
Diba? And syempre, we like going to the clubs and everything. They all really play a big role in the community. But I also wanted a space where people can come in and learn, learn from other queer people, other
Yeah.
trans people.
Yeah.
In a setting that will not require them, will not require too much from
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Will not require them to prove themselves.
Oh, exactly.
Just be who they are.
Yeah,
Diba?
so parang anything that I like create or hold in We Are Shapeshifters, it's not parang syempre nakaugat siya in everything personal too,
Yeah.
diba? So parang the question is always, what difficulties did I experience when I was younger? And what can my space do so that others may have an easier time if they're experiencing that? Ganun. Or hindi nila may experience yung difficulties na yun because the space exists.
Yeah.
Ganun. So,
Aww.
ayun, I'm thankful. Hindi ako
Oh my
magaling tumanggap
gosh.
ng compliments, but and this space literally would not exist without you or the ballroom community.
Aww.
Like,
But the community won't be as big as how it is now if not for this space. I mean, di ko, as in, it's everything is like that. Na parang,
ano na siya?
and now it's bigger.
I know, it's
A
bigger.
bigger space
So,
and magic lang talaga. As
magic
in,
talaga.
Magic.
Magic,
And
tiwala, faith. And
Yeah.
you know what?
having the right intention.
Yeah.
Having the pure heart.
Thank you.
Diba? As in.
As in, ako,
As in.
like, I feel that, number one, hindi ako magaling tumanggap ng compliments. So, ang tawag dito, pero parang, when I think about We Are Shapeshifters, kaya I always feel like it's not me 100%.
Mhm.
I mean, syempre ako yung nagpirma ng mga things, ganyan. Logistically. But it would not exist without the community. Parang starting it in the middle of the pandemic, alam mo yun, and naman malaki yung savings ko, ganyan. Ano talaga siya, like, it's a logistical hurdle. And when I opened the space, I wasn't sure how to keep it afloat. Medyo going into personal territory right now, diba? Because I mean, let's be honest, the dance community, diba, and the queer community aren't necessarily the most lucrative communities, diba?
true.
Not a lot of people.
We may look expensive.
Exactly. Oh,
What?
honey.
There's a lot going on there.
So parang it was really challenging.
Yeah.
And still challenging, definitely.
Yes.
Because I wasn't sure, will people go to the classes? What classes will I hold?
Yeah.
Will I be able to do this and that? I mean, and keep it alive and open, ganyan. But, sabi ko, okay, I'm going to start this because it's going to be a no pressure thing. Because I just really want to have a space with people to express themselves in. And sabi ko, tiwala na lang.
Yeah.
And you know what? The community really showed out. So
Yeah.
parang when people say, "Uy, thank you for putting up We Are Shapeshifters," parang, and what, like, no keme ha, na parang hindi bola-bola, whatever.
Yeah.
But parang pag sinasabi sa akin yun, ang una ko naisip talaga, parang, no, thank you. Kasi, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do this without the community, without your help, without sila C, without sila Philippine, ganyan. Without the 007s always coming, and wala, the space won't exist. So, wala, we are all shapeshifters talaga. It's not just Misha or Mikey. It won't exist without the community. So,
Sobrang thank you. Sobrang thank you for the, as in, grabe. Iba kasi. It's that courage that you had to put this up. I mean, it's one step. And we're always here. We're behind you in everything. Hello! We're a family.
Yeah.
That is what the community is all about. So, yun. Ngayon, balik na tayo sa De La Blanca. So, currently, you have, ilan na nga kayo ngayon? 7?
7.
7 na kayo ngayon.
Yeah.
So, what does it feel like having new brothers and sisters?
It's so exciting, honestly. When we were first announced as De La Blancas, it was me and Bruella. So we didn't really imagine that the house would grow this much and at this pace. Parang what we were really just talking about lang talaga was like, how do we live up to the name, diba? And everything. So parang hinayaan lang naming mag-grow yung things on its own, ganyan. And then parang si Father Julian, kasi Father Julian loves looking at different performers, different members of the community, etc., to see who resonates with the house, ganyan, etc. So we didn't know na kausap na pala niya si Lady Vanessa, ganyan. Kasi nakita rin niya, I think, around the same time as the Rainbow Ball, and then he shared with us that we're gonna have a new sister, ganyan, etc. So, tatlo kami, ganyan. Sobrang exciting kasi hindi nga namin naisip. We didn't think at first that it would grow. And then as we were, as the balls went on, as the months progressed, parang Father Julian was saying that, if people, because you are now 3 and you're really showing who De La Blanca is in the Philippines, whenever people will ask if they want to join, etc. So, parang, ayun. And then it felt like an organic growth.
Yeah.
Because parang the more that we showed like what the De La Blanca house is all about, the more we walked, etc. Parang the more people kind of took notice of what it's about, and then felt like, I think it resonates with me, etc. So one by one, parang, whether it was about the style of Old Way or the style of Runway, or it's about what the house stood for, parang, parang the house just grew organically. Father Julian loves communication, so he loves it when people, talk to him, etc. Because that creates an opportunity to talk about what the house stands for, etc. So from those things, many factors, nag-grow na lang siyang nag-grow. So it feels exciting because now there are 7 people, 7 noisy people.
Ang dami nyo na!
Exactly. And it's so fun kasi like you get to really see what each and every person brings to the table.
Yeah. The diversity and the different categories each one is representing, no?
We have Femme Queen realness, Trans Man realness, we have Pole, we have
Body.
body, etc. Di ba? We have drag space and everything.
Yeah.
So when we talk about, what we want to do and how we want to, navigate our journey in ballroom, syempre guided by Father Julian, it feels so it feels so amazing to see how what the house means can translate into so many different things. So yun, ang exciting niya, and parang nakakatawa nga because when we planned for our official debut as a house, 6 na kami nun.
Yeah.
So parang kami, oh my God, kinakabahan talaga
6 na
kami.
tayo.
Oo, 6 na tayo. And like, what do we do? Ganyan,
Yeah.
etc. And I think that was for the Revlon Ball. I think that really kind of solidified us and
Yeah.
showed us like how aligned the 6 of us were during that time, because these are 6 creative people.
Yeah.
I think everyone in Ballroom is creative,
Yeah.
diba? And everyone really
Yeah.
has a mind of their own.
Yeah.
Ganyan. But when we were ideating on what we wanted to do for our debut, etc., parang everything just fell
Pasok.
into place.
Ganyan.
Exactly. The vibes were on point.
Yeah.
Parang like the way that we threw ideas around, like how do you want to present femme queen realness, given this theme, etc., or parang mga ganyang things. It was such a testament to the creativity of the house also.
Yeah.
So sobrang fun, sobrang exciting. But at the same time, there is syempre, a little bit of a pressure. Ganyan, diba? Kasi yung dami natin, kailangan sobrang we do
Plakado,
justice. Oo,
ganyan.
plakado talaga.
Yeah.
Like, and at the end of the day, parang, and this is what I love about the house also. Parang Father Julian would always tell us that, at the end of the day, it's really making a moment.
Yeah.
What statement are you saying on that
Yeah.
runway? I mean, get your tens, yes, because it shows your hard work and everything. But and the trophies are great, of course, diba? Because it recognizes the hard work and everything. But it's not the end all and be all of
Yes.
everything. At
Yes.
the end of the day, you're there in a ball to show yourself, make a statement. So, and what is that story? So that's what we jumped off from when every time we think about what we're gonna do. Well, especially specifically for the Revlon Ball. Parang, so
And
ano
it showed.
So ano yung kwento natin? Ganyan.
Yeah.
So yung kwento namin, art.
And it really showed. Kasi kahit wala ako nung nag-debut kayo, kasi late ako noon, sorry. Sorry na. Pero like, as in, people are talking about it, how you came as a house, sobrang unified, sobrang as one, your looks, that white and gold Eksena, and your flag Eksena. Oh my gosh, that's something that really is a statement, and that is how you debut a house. I mean, man, na-pressure na kami. Oh my gosh. Pero hindi, seryoso. I mean, how you are as a house, I mean, as a fresh house here in the Philippines, the Philippine chapter of De La Blanca, sobrang parang nakaka-inspire. Nakaka-inspire kayo how unified you are, how every time you show up, kompleto kayo. Sobrang parang, shucks, nakakatuwa naman their house. I mean, they really show up for each other. And kita yung, parang even in a short span of time, nararamdaman na parang how you care for each other, how na parang kahit iba-iba kayo ng personalities, naggaganon siya na parang, we're one.
Yeah.
Ganyan. As in, solid. As in, nakaka-inspire. As in, promise. So, congrats to the De La Blanca Philippine chapter.
Thank you.
The overseer.
More to
Yes! So, yun. Pero syempre, iba pa kapag you have like that leadership title. So, what added pressure? May added pressure. How does it feel? Kasi syempre parang we have to look out for the entire house, and especially with you, you're doing a lot of things. How do you juggle? How do you do it?
With mindful yoga. Check.
Dito ngayon.
Paano ba? Well, when we got into talking about, yun nga, me taking the role of overseer. Parang, it really was because, of course, it's a big chapter already, diba? We needed someone who, can keep everyone, everyone's schedules on check and everything. So very logistical.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Yung joke nga nila during the Revlon ball, ako yung runner, not the overseer. Kasi oh my God, wala
Oh my
yung
gosh,
wala yung
ikaw
print
yung taga-
ganyan. Kasi wala yung flag ganyan.
Actually, ganun siya talaga, no?
Oo.
Ikaw ang nagsuserve
Oo,
as
totoo
the
talaga.
leader. Yeah.
At dito, cheesy again as it may sound, parang a title is not a prestige thing, but it's really servant leadership. At the end of the day, it's really, pagdating nun sa end ng category, kasi nasa dulo yung BQ performance, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Hindi ako makaka-walk nito. But
Ganun. Let's go.
Pero, I mean, as an overseer, syempre, I mean, there is pressure, definitely. But that pressure only comes from wanting to be able to serve the house the way that it deserves to be served. Parang I'm lucky because the Della Blancas are one, very participative. Maingay sila, maingay kami sa group chat and everything. So excited because there are so many ideas always, running around. And they're so dedicated also to being a Della Blanca.
Yeah.
So that's very, very fortunate for me as an overseer. And at the same time, like as I mentioned, Father Julian is so involved. Like he'd check in from time to time, not from time to time, consistently. Ask how the team is, how the family is doing and everything. Give us our notes, what we should work on, etc. and everything. And all of those house secret things. Ganyan. So I'm very fortunate. The title is a responsibility. It's a big responsibility, but it doesn't go without any support that it needs. So I feel very supported by the family, by our family in New York, ganyan, and everything. So ang saya niya because it parang it gives you a sense of parang a sense of purpose, I guess.
Gets.
Not naman na before I joined the house, I was purposeless. wala lang pala. Pero parang gives you a clear direction, I think. It helps you make good decisions kasi you're not deciding for yourself anymore only. And it's honestly such a privilege to see yung growth ng people. Like coming from the different, sessions, the trainings, and then you see them walk and see how much they've grown into themselves, parang it's just so magical. It feels so it's really a blessing to be able to take part in someone's growth and someone's opportunity to express themselves. At the end of the day, yun naman si Ballroom. Diba? We always say it's a space for us to fight for ourselves and express ourselves and everything. So being an overseer kind of allows me to contribute to that in a deeper way. And nakakatuwa, nakakakilig, nakakaba many times.
Sobrang
honestly.
mixed emotions, everything.
Kasi parang, syempre pag-aapak din ako ng runway, oh my God, kailangan I have to live up then to a certain stand. Diba? Parang ayoko na maipahiya yung family ko, mga ganyang things.
Sure.
So, ang daming new considerations. But they're great considerations. Parang things I never thought I'd need to grow into and think about. But now I'm thankful that I'm being pushed to grow towards that direction.
I love. O ngayon, laro tayo. Laro tayo! Sige, if there's a word that you would describe each member of the House of De La Blanca, as in one word one word lang. Okay, as in fast talk.
Sige, oh my God.
Para just blurt out lang what best describes them. Okay? Sige. Isa-isahin natin. Asa ilistahan ko? Kasi baka may ma-miss out ako. Okay, game. Ocelot.
Lande.
Ay,
Sorry,
Lande.
be.
Let's go.
Claimed naman yun and
Alam
and
rin naman
promoted.
niya.
Oo.
loud naman siya.
Oo,
Landi.
as a little wild kitty.
Pero parang hindi masyado, no? Parang kind of like tagu siya, pero the inner landi pala. Ay, landi
Oo.
pala. Next, Martina.
Ay, class.
Oh.
Such a sophisticated lady.
I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As
Actually, though, especially the first time when we saw her.
Oh my gosh, her debut
gosh.
walk. I think it was Apotheca. We
Yeah,
all
Apothec.
gagged.
Exactly. As in like, oh my gosh.
Diba?
Who is she?
Exactly. Who is this young sophisticate?
I know. Grabe. How
Upper
she
alta,
carries herself.
ganyan.
Like,
Oo.
sorry po.
Diba?
Perfect. Perfect word. Class. Next. May next talaga. Dominota.
Ay, pwede man 2 words. Intelligent camp.
Ay, perfect. Actually, bagay nga sa kanya. Bagay
Honestly,
talaga.
like I always tell this to Dom, parang when we talk about their work, parang sobrang campy niya kasi talaga. And I love that about drag, but at the same time, it's never thoughtless camp. Grabe mag-isip din si Dom.
Yeah.
Parang kaya kami nag-a-align nun parang researcher din siya, ganyan,
Yeah.
etc. So parang grabe yung mga references niya, yung mga putting together the elements. I love it.
Well-researched
Yeah,
and everything. Si Bruella.
Ay, baby girl.
Oh!
Oo.
Cute!
Bruella is a battle cat on the runway.
Oo.
But honestly, Bruella is the sweetest.
Aww.
Parang, especially when we were first announced as Della Blancas, parang, I mean, I know Bruella, but we haven't hung out
Yeah.
yet. So I really wanted to get to know them better. Tapos parang, such a sweetie, such an
Aww.
earnest, genuine person. Parang, yung love talaga niya for runway and fashion, it's just so genuine. It reminds me so much of myself. Wow, this is such a lolo thing to say. What an old person thing
talaga.
to say. Pero parang kasi, di ba, I mean, dun din kasi yung roots ko
Yeah.
in creatives, di ba? It's in fashion. So, like, when I see Bruella post na sa mga bagong, like, nagre-repurpose siya ng mga clothes,
Oo,
di ba?
yung mga
Naggawa siya
denim
ng-
niya,
Oo, nagawa siya ng
ganyan.
bagong brand. Or like,
Yeah.
pag magpa-plan kami ng best dressed look, parang halos lahat gawa niya. Ganyan, parang,
I love.
tapos parang, and there's just this sense of joy to
Mm.
create, and that's
Yeah.
such a sweet thing for me to see. So,
Aww. Baby girl. Si ano naman? Si Aurum. Tama ba pagkakasabi ko?
Si Aurum.
Aurum.
Yes, our newest baby boy.
Yeah.
Poggy.
Sorry. Pogi.
Pero honestly, and then the Poggy goes beyond the looks.
Yeah.
Parang I first met Aurum, si Wax. Actually,
Yeah,
at
si
an
Wax,
old way
yeah.
class here with you. Tapos, sobrang galing nga. He wasn't a Della Blanca yet then.
Shucks, oo nga. Naalala ko.
Yeah,
Oo
he just took the old way class. Tapos that was before the anniversary ni We Are Shapeshifters. But I think nag-walk na siya nun ng realness sa Apotheca.
Yes.
Tapos sobrang nag-vibe lang kami. And sabi ko, do you want to come to the anniversary hangout? Because he said he's a tattoo artist.
Oo. Oh, yeah.
Oo, diba? Tapos parang sabi ko, do you want to hold a pop-up tattoo, session here, ganyan. Tapos parang seeing him work, sobrang grabe yung gorgeous energy. Alam mo yun, it just draws you in na parang tattooing. Tapos, it's just so
Iba.
Iba. Parang iba yung essence.
Yeah.
I'm so in love with how he presents himself.
Yeah. I love it. And
Wonderful.
syempre, meron ba ako nakalimutan? Parang may nakalimutan na. Lady Vanessa.
Yeah.
Lady Vanessa.
Confidence. As in.
Girl.
Like,
Girl.
alam mo yun, parang, and I love having conversations with Vanessa about these things. Kasi of course, her journey is also vastly different, diba?
Yeah.
Parang her work outside of ballroom, ganyan, and how she presents herself with body, ganyan, etc. Talagang, syempre outside of ballroom, di ba, minsan parang, kinakabahan ako, ganyan, and everything. Pero pag apak niya talaga sa runway, ay, nangangain si Tay.
Sorry. Yan ba na
Diba?
yung kinakabahan? Talaga.
Exactly. Oo. So like, for me, Vanessa embodies confidence.
Yeah.
And funny story, Vanessa, I met her during the OTA ball in January. Kasi parang friends sila ni Dom. And we just got into chatting habang nanonood ng ball, nasa likod kami and everything. So, and she hasn't walked then. I think that was I may be mistaken, but that was probably one of her first balls, also yung OTA in January.
Mhm.
So I was giving her a brief history of what ballroom is, ganyan,
Aha.
etc., ganyan. And then nung nag-body category, kasi it was a surprise category, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Sabi namin, oh my gosh, go and walk. And she
Yeah.
slayed it, and she won GP. Diba? And
Sorry.
if that's not confidence.
I know, it's
So,
all about that.
Exactly. So parang kaya when she was announced to us na parang she's going to be Adela
A part
Blanca,
of it.
I was so excited kasi like, how did this happen? Like, nagchikahan lang tayo
Yeah.
in January and then now we're
Yeah.
sisters. So
I
parang
love it.
confidence. Amazing.
I love, grabe no, how each individual carries their own
Yeah.
and like really contributes to the house.
Yeah.
Diba? I know.
Ano talaga, para talaga
Swak
siyang,
siya.
yeah, para talaga siyang spectrum of personalities.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wait lang, meron pa. Magdagdag tayo na Eksen.
Okay.
Let's ask, sino sa house yung pinaka like, parang pinaka-close mo na yung tipong kapag something may thought or idea ka, siya agad yung share mo.
Intrusive thoughts. Ganyan.
Oo, mga ganyan.
Definitely Dominota.
Oo, yeah.
Parang I call Dominota my shape sister.
I love
From
it.
Shapeshifters. Ano yan? Parang, tatlo kami actually. Parang who always hang out here before pa. So it's me, Dom, and Clea.
Oh yeah, Clea.
So parang, but within the house, parang Dom is someone that I really, truly, completely trust. From personal things, ganyan, but also parang, like, after ko mag-walk, sis, maganda ba yung, like, what do I need to improve, ganyan. Because, like, Dominota dishes it honestly, but so kindly, amazing. Hindi ko alam paano niya nagagawa yun. Isa pang, ano yun eh, shady but sweet.
Yeah.
So, like, Dom, I think is really my closest.
Siya yung parang, yeah, Dom. Actually, I see it. I kinda see it. Yes. Sino naman yung parang eto wala lang, just for fun. Sino yung pinaka-matakaw sa House of Dela Blanca?
Oh my God, sino ba?
Sino pinaka-maraming umorder? Kunwari, magkakaroon kayo ng family dinner, ganyan, yung tipong tatlo-tatlong ulam yung kainin. Or baka walang matakaw sa inyo.
Parang lahat kami matakaw. Hindi parang lahat.
Parang lahat.
Oo.
Same appetite, everyone.
Oo, mahilig kasi talaga. Like, kunyari when you hang out, like, order ng pizza, ganyan, and everything.
Pero ano favorite nyo in-order as a house? Like, what kind of food do you
Honestly,
usually
iba-iba. Parang walang set.
Oh my gosh, may diversity din.
Oo, parang I think last time nag-order kami ng Chinese food.
Whatever flows.
Whatever flows.
So, yeah. O, saya nung ganun actually kapag lahat kayo masarap kumain.
Oo.
Diba?
Ano kasi, food is
life.
Oo, food is life. Food is community building.
Yes, actually. Kaya nga, diba, every ballroom hangout, we have food,
may potluck.
food to share.
Okay.
Perfect. O, sige, isa pang question. Oh my gosh. Sino sa members ng house, yung parang, if you talk about parang yummy siya, yung gano'n, parang pogi niya, yung mga gano'n. Sino yung lagi mo siya, o kaya kapag may nakita kang post, ay, B, sino yan?
Nakakatawa kasi lahat.
Diretso sa house,
Diretso sa house, GC. Oh my God, can I just say?
Pero sino yung laging nag-share ng gano'n? Yung madalas mag-share, alam na.
Huwag awayin.
Namula ka!
Si Ocelot.
Kaya pala lande.
Claim mo na, B.
Kaya pala lande.
Oo.
Yung tipong siya yung unang magla-like pag may nakitang body, yari-yari.
Yeah.
I love it. Si Miza, ang katumbas niya, si Oscar. Sis, love you, sis. I love it. Ang saya lang, no? I'm so happy you found a family with Dela Blanca. And it's so nice na parang the members of the House of Dela Blanca, they're young, technically, in the community, but ako, when I see it, they're really drawn into the scene and how they really like research, kung paano nila love yung community. As in, kitang-kita siya. And parang, yung respect nila sa scene and how they carry themselves, parang it's natural. that you became a clique
Yeah.
and you became a family. Diba?
Super thankful din talaga ako nun. Like, parang, I mean, of course, ballroom is all, love and fun, ganyan. But there are also moments of difficulty.
Yeah.
So parang I'm so thankful that like yung house namin, parang yes, we're able to talk about mga yan, landi-landian, ganyan,
Arte-arte.
pogi nito, ganyan, and
Yeah.
everything. But at the same time, like when we need to talk about like difficult things, ganyan, or parang talk about more meaningful things like talking about soji and everything, mga ganyang things, parang game sila to talk about it, and everyone really has a clear frame of mind, but at the same time, everyone is also just in a learning mindset.
Yeah.
And I think that's hopefully one of the things that we never grow out of. It's parang this beginner's mindset.
Yes, always.
Parang wala eh. That's the way to properly respect any culture or any what. It's to really just be so genuine in your eagerness to learn about it, diba? And respect it.
Yeah, 100%. Ngayon, balik tayo sa journey mo. Last na to. Last na to, promise. Kasi recently, you had a trip in Europe wherein you lalo ka pang na-in love sa main category mo, which is pop, dip, and spin.
Yeah.
So, share with us
Oh my God.
what you've experienced and everything.
So this Europe trip actually was, again, an alignment of the universe.
Actually. Ta-da!
Oo. I think pinag-usapan natin siya early this year din eh. Kasi parang I had work in Switzerland in October. Tapos parang sabi mo, parang, I think dito nga yung meeting na yun, na parang, may latex ball sa October. Tapos sa France, ganyan. So, oh my gosh. It's so, like, it's literally a train away from Switzerland.
Yeah.
Tapos, it's literally exactly a week after my event. Ganyan. So, parang sabi ko, oh my gosh, magsistay talaga.
Sobrang sakto.
Diba? Sobrang sakto talaga. Nandun na rin naman ako. Talagang sasadyain ko talaga. So I booked a trip to France, a train ride to France after our work in Switzerland. And sobrang sakto rin because it's the latex ball and it's the first latex ball in Europe.
Europe, yeah.
A lot of the the legends and the icons were there and everything. And Icon Jamal Milan posted his story that he's holding a class, an old way class, a pop dip and spin class. So parang ako, oh my God. And like, I mean, syempre, when I was learning, talagang like Icon Jamal was one of the accounts that I'd always look at because he'd post like tutorials and everything, ganyan. So parang, oh my gosh, parang, but syempre at the same time, kabang-kaba rin ako kasi parang, ready na ba ako? Am I ready to take this class? Ganyan. So syempre I also talked to Father Julian, asked for his, insight if this would be a good class to attend, and he was so happy, etc. So, and they know each other, ganyan. Actually, parang very close nga sila. Kasi parang when I talk to Icon Jamal, parang, he's my child, he's my son, ganyan. So, sobrang, ang ganda, parang nakakakilig to be part of this, like, look at these icons and legends, di ba? Na parang, and be in their presence. Anyway, so parang, the class happened, it was an old way pop dip and spin class, happened the Friday before the latex ball. And oh my gosh, parang, i-share ko yung notes ko sa'yo. Punta kayo sa mga classes dito, we can talk about it. Grabe, Icon Jamal Milan is the Michael Jordan of old way, of pop dip and spin, di ba?
The famous.
Di ba? With the famous walk around and everything. So to hear it straight from him, all of these experiences from when pop dip and spin was created and how he was part of it, and his perspective about the performance style, and the way he does his drills, na parang namatay yung delts ko for 5 days. Ganyan.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, parang, and I mean, personally kasi, like, I know I'm still very, very young in my journey in old way. So parang to have been able to learn from him and be in a room of, I think we were 47 old way voguers from all over Europe.
Yeah.
Na parang like multiple languages and like just the languages and cultures and perspectives. It was just
Shock.
so...
Ang sarap nun.
Oo, grabe.
Grabe.
And it was so intimidating but also so exciting.
Yeah.
Na parang I feel like ang daming moments na parang
Di pwedeng nakaganyan ka lang sa
ganyan lang ako. Like, galing nilang lahat.
Shucks.
And then parang may moment na parang mag-LSS kayo kasi parang he
Uh-huh.
wants to see how we all vote and everything.
Mm.
Tapos isakto pa kasi bilang nahihiya ako.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I hate myself for this. Kaya next time, huwag kayong mahihiya when you have the opportunity. Nasa likod ako ng line.
Uh-huh.
So pinapila kami ng one after the other.
Uh-huh.
Tapos mag-start pala sa dulo. So syempre ako yung ako yung nauna. Ganyan. Hindi pa ako ready.
The twist.
Oo. Anyway, parang sobrang na-intimidate ako. But,
Mm.
pero, grabe, it was so inspiring. Especially how much I love Old Way and, you know, the elements and what it means and everything. And to see how so many people interpret it in different ways.
Yeah.
I mean, there were 47 students
Yeah.
and there were 47 Old Way styles.
Yes, exactly.
One style per
Aw,
person. It
I
was so
love.
magical. Parang, syempre parang coming after that, coming out from that workshop, parang, I had a lot of like, you know, realizations about my own performance. Parang medyo may moment nga na parang, nasa na ba ako and everything. Parang medyo na existential crisis ako. But it's a good existential
Yeah.
crisis. Kasi it really pushes you na parang, there's so much more to explore about the style and so many things to learn.
Mhm.
And then, parang using that knowledge and that learning, tapos parang putting it side by side with your own personal learnings, with
Mhm.
my learnings with the house, with Father
Mhm.
Julian, because Father Julian's style and teaching methods are also amazing, and I'm so
Yeah.
thankful for it. So parang I felt so blessed and challenged
Yeah.
how to kind of, you know, mix all of these things and incorporate it into my own performance.
Mhm.
So yun, sobrang exciting. Being in Paris during the latex ball was, hindi ko siya ma-describe. Hindi ko pa nga yata siya pinopost sa IG kasi hindi ko alam how to write about it.
Yeah.
Kasi,
It's something that you really have to experience.
oo eh. And I went there on my own.
Yeah.
Like, wala akong kilala.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That courage talaga, no?
Pero sabi ko talaga, okay lang yan. Like, hindi ko naman kailangang
Show up. Just
Oo,
show
I just wanted to show up and like, immerse and feel.
Hmm.
But, pagdating ko doon, like, I saw so many people that I looked up to and got to meet many friends, other Filipinos who are also old way vloggers, like si JJ Milan.
Yeah,
ganyan.
yeah.
Parang, I think we follow each other on IG for a few months na. So parang when I saw him there, parang nag-hello ako, ganyan. Sabi niya, kabayan, ganyan. So
I
parang
love
nakakakilig.
it.
And it's so nice to kind of have that sense of
Connection.
when you're in
yeah.
ballroom, wherever you are, and even if you're not part of the same
Mhm.
house, it's like,
Instant connection.
yeah,
no?
diba? It's amazing. And yun, like, I met Suzume 007. She's from Belgium, and like,
Oh
I've
my
always been so in love
gosh.
with her style. And like, to
Mm.
meet her in person,
Oh my
parang,
gosh.
it was so, yun, and then syempre, like, sila Macau from Korea and everything,
yeah.
and just to watch them perform and walk Old Way,
Mhm.
it's just stunning.
Yeah.
It was such a long ball.
Yeah.
Parang nakatayo data ako ng 8 hours, I think. Pero, oh my gosh, grabe. Core memory.
Yeah.
I can't begin to describe
Yeah.
how it feels
Yeah.
to see them all there and really
Shock.
show themselves. Like, nung naglakad si Deshaun sa harap ko, parang, hindi ko alam
Pogi
kung
mo
ano
po.
feel.
Pero totoo, no? It's like, sobrang nakaka-starstruck.
Yeah, oo.
Be surrounded by
Exactly.
them. Pero yun. Kaya medyo, ingit ako. Nainggit me! Oh my gosh! I mean, that is the magic when you're traveling
Yeah.
around. You get to experience
Yeah.
other culture, different kind of
Exactly.
energy. And I'm bringing it here, that magic,
Mhm.
that hindi talaga siya ma-explain.
Yeah,
Iba.
as in, and like,
Kaya, oh my gosh,
And
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. I'm inggit also.
ay, di ba tumawag nga ako sa iyo, di ba? Na parang,
Oo.
sabi ko, since
Pero
we have to travel for
I know,
ballroom.
together,
Diba?
hopefully,
And you have to
no,
bring
together. I
diba?
know,
Kung sino
bring
mang
people
pwede.
here.
Oo,
So,
bring people here, bring people
oh
there.
my gosh,
ganyan.
sobrang nakakatuwa.
And it's so eye-opening also to see
Yeah.
like the differences. Like
Yes.
how different how the same, it's so familiar, but at the same time, like there's such a cultural nuance then of how the balls are held there, for example. Because before the latex ball, the night before, there was Vogue Nights with Mother Jack, Gorgeous Gucci. So parang yun din, it was such an eye-opening experience. I would say it's kind of like our Mighty Real Ball here, Apotheca. So it's in a club scene and everything, ganyan. So sobrang siksikan talaga kayo. Tapos parang, and it was in Paris, so everyone was speaking French, ganyan. But the ball itself the commentating naman was in English. Pero parang, ang ganda to see the nuances, ganyan. So like, shout out, for example, to the Revlon. So like, Nunoy gets yung, like, all of the whole energy and the vibe, ganyan. Parang, and how they were, you know, not just, of course, the Revlons, but all of the other houses, like the, sino ba yung mga, I don't know why, pero like, tonto ako to see like the Alayas, for example. The Gorgeous Gucci's, the Miyake Mugler's, ganyan. Parang, it was so exciting to see all of these things and how it's interpreted in Paris, for example.
I love it.
So, sobrang exciting. Daming...
Sarap.
Oo.
Sarap ng experience mo.
Diba?
Sana all. Ganon.
I-manifest natin yan.
Oh my
for
gosh,
everyone.
that's history. Hello, First Latex
I
with
know,
Misha.
I know.
Seeing it and being there in person. Oh my gosh.
Sobrang exciting. And,
grabe.
and honestly, parang, and it was so funny because that was in October and I knew that the Revlon ball was happening the next month. And some of the Revlons there were flying here naman. So parang in my mind, had I been a little bit extroverted, I would have wanted to talk to them about it. Unfortunately, I'm a shy little person. But anyway, parang ang ganda lang nung feeling na parang I was seeing ballroom
in a different light.
In a different way from their culture. And how they will next experience ballroom when they fly here and see ballroom with a Filipino flair, energy. Parang nakakakilig and nakakatuwa kasi parang ballroom unites everyone but at the same time, how everyone kind of pitches in their sense of diversity to it. It was so exciting. Parang, and just to share, parang on this note of diversity, parang, since na doon na ako, parang sige, bahala na, cross fingers na lang. So, nag-train ako nag-book ako ng flight to Milan. And nagkataon, meron namang, may ball din, si Milan is burning. So, dun din, parang sobrang iba rin yung how the,
iba energy na naman.
How the Italians were doing ballroom. Like, they had a category na called Cooking Conti, where they'd walk tents with food, tapos papakainin nila yung judges. It was so Italian. Diba? Tapos siya sa food. So, parang ang ganda to see how, you know, at the end of the day, there's the same ballroom essence that, you know, ties everything together. But there's also the sense of freedom to kind of make it your own. So, like, and you see it in Paris, you see it in Milan, and it's so magical to see. Na parang seeing it and seeing how I've experienced ballroom parang gave me the sense of belonging. I can't describe it again, but parang belonging and a sense of pride. Kasi I knew na parang when these girlies come to the Philippines and they see like, di ba, kung paano mag-performance, paano mag-runway, paano mag-walk face dito, di ba, with all of the morena gorgeousness, ganyan.
Exactly.
And you see the bazaar dito and all of the references, ganyan. Alam mo yun, parang I got so excited to show how Philippine ballroom is like.
Yes.
Because,
how unique our community rin is.
Oo, diba? Na parang pare-pareho tayo. We all are working on the same essence, you know, living off of the same essence. But at the same time, you get to see something very Filipino when you experience Philippine ballroom. And yun, parang being there made me so excited about that. So,
yes, I love it. Oh my gosh.
Manifesting more trips for us.
Yes, exactly.
More trips for everyone.
So
manifest natin yan.
So yun. So nice to hear your story. So nice to know your journey, learn from it, and grabe no, in a short span of time. As in talagang when you said that I'm gonna be a part of ballroom, you really dove in, as in deep.
Pikit mata.
I love it. Ganyan. And that is how it's done. I mean, sobrang thank you so much, Misha.
Siza.
Thank you so much for your story. Thank you for creating this space. Thank you for We Are Shapeshifters. Yun lang. As in, everything, as in, sobrang linyado, aligned, right? mindset, right intention, right heart.
Mhm.
Kaya, ayun, wala lang. Sobrang
And
thankful
thank you,
and
Mother Siza.
grateful for this.
Diba? And I
Nakakatuwa.
know, I always tell you naman, parang this community that you started and helped really cultivate and grow, um, sobrang nakaka-proud. I mean, now that, after this whole conversation, na parang nabalikan natin yung 2015
I
moments natin.
know!
Parang,
Oh my
hindi pa natin sure
gosh!
kung anong mangyayari.
So
Ganyan.
true.
And now seeing how so many people, have their hearts and souls in ballroom culture Philippines, diba?
Yes.
In ballroom Philippines. It's so, no other word, magical talaga.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm so grateful for the groundwork that you've built, your sacrifices and everything. And to see how the leadership that you've shown also inspires other leaders in the community. Ang ganda eh. It's really, ballroom can be shady, of course, diba? That's part of it.
Yes.
Pero parang pag apak sa labas ng runway, when you step out of the runway, everyone's like, how do we make this better?
Yeah.
Diba? How do we,
Everyone's so respectful.
diba?
It always
How do we
really
make
comes...
it bigger next time? How do we...
Exactly. It always comes from a place of love talaga.
Exactly.
And I'm so happy and grateful to have you as a leader also here in the
Thank you.
Philippines. Hello! Like, so yun. I mean, it's nice to have people who really have the same vision when it comes to seeing the future of the Philippine ballroom community. And yes, Adela, Blanca, let's go, Adela, B, Della Blanca. So,
And excited
yes.
for us to take Philippine ballroom elsewhere. Show
Yes.
them, show the world, the
Show
universe.
them what it's done,
Diba?
what it's all about.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So yes, we're wrapping up.
you.
Thank you so much again, Misha.
Thank you, Mother Siza.
For the space. Again, we are at We Are Shapeshifters. Forever holding the space for the community and for the LGBT scene, artists, and everyone who just needs a space to express themselves. Sobrang thank you. Della Blancas, I'm sure you're gonna grow.
Mhm.
We'll see.
We'll see.
More of you. See you all on the next function.
See you at the next function.
Thank you so much. Once again, this is Ballroom Eksenahan. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Arte! Yeah, that's it!
Thank you. Bye.